5 centuries ago, Niccolò Machiavelli dropped a line that essentially served as a field manual for the modern predator. He wrote, "If you have to injure a man, do it so severely that you never have to fear his revenge." Think about that for a second. That isn't just cold philosophy. It's a literal design pattern for human interaction. In your everyday life, these people are almost impossible to spot, mostly because they tell you exactly what you want to hear. They'll quietly sit on a critical piece of information if it protects their leverage, and they use calculated flattery so smoothly you mistake it for genuine support. These are the day-to-day tactics of a high Machiavellian mind. But if you ever peel back that mask looking for a shred of guilt, you're going to find an absolute void. To them, standard right and wrong are just luxury concepts reserved for people who can't handle real life. And the reason they feel absolutely zero remorse is the part that usually trips people up. At their core, they harbor a profound, unshakable cynicism. They look at human nature and see a species that is fundamentally weak, easily bought, and deeply self-serving. Because they view life as a rigged game, their morality adapts. They don't see your honesty as a virtue. They see it as a dangerous defect. They don't lie because they enjoy being malicious. They lie because they genuinely believe everyone else is already cheating. In their mind, they aren't the villain. They're just refusing to be the victim. Here is where it gets interesting. Because they don't have a natural, built-in conscience, they don't experience morality as an internal feeling. Instead, they build a synthetic version using pure logic. Imagine spending your childhood just watching people, dissecting the exact mechanics of empathy, tracking how people look when they're sad or happy, and using that data to construct a flawless, artificial mirror of a good human being. When a high-Mac person talks about virtue, or ethics, or doing the right thing, they're reading from a script they've spent a lifetime memorizing. They don't actually feel the weight of it. They just understand that invoking these heavy words acts like a psychological sedative on everyone around them. It coaxes you into lowering your guard. They copy human goodness not because they respect it, but because it's the most effective camouflage a predator can wear in polite society. They are living out a warning that Machiavelli left behind in his private writings. Any man who tries to be good all the time is bound to come to ruin among the great number who are not good. For them, surviving reality means mastering the art of how not to be good. But obviously, they can't let you see the gears turning. This is why the ultimate strategy isn't to reject things like faith or higher principles. It's to weaponize them. If you can convince a room full of people that moral goodness or a divine mandate or absolute truth is on your side, you create the perfect shield. Behind it, you can act completely ruthless, and no one will dare question you. Look, understanding these hidden dynamics is the entire reason we built this channel. If you're tired of surface-level pop psychology and want to keep decoding the actual raw mechanics of human behavior, take a second to subscribe to The Quiet Theory. Let's map out the rest of the matrix together. As a high Machiavellian individual accumulates power, their internal narrative changes. It gets much darker. They graduate from simply mimicking morality to actively justifying why they don't need it. They look at the chaos of the world, the messy corporate ladders, the fractured relationships, and they come to a chilling conclusion. Ordinary human morality is a weakness that causes societies to collapse. They begin to see themselves as part of a cold, elite tier of realists, the only ones strong enough to handle the raw truth of the universe. In their head, by being ruthless, calculating, and indifferent, they are doing the dirty, necessary work that keeps everything running. They don't believe they are defying a higher power. They think they are operating exactly like the universe does. They look at the concept of a grand architect who orchestrates the fates of millions from the cold shadows, and they feel a sense of recognition. They believe they are serving the natural order by acting as an indifferent force of nature. And if you think this is just a chosen lifestyle or a toxic phase, neuroscience has a reality check for you. This ruthless efficiency is actually structural. Brain imaging shows that their minds have physically adapted to social warfare, literally reshaping the gray matter meant for predictive calculation. Under an MRI, a high Mac brain shows distinct changes in two specific regions, the caudate nucleus and the hippocampus. Now, while your brain uses these areas to store emotional memories, nostalgia, and form deep social bonds, their brain runs them like a high-performance tracking computer. The hippocampus logs your micro-expressions, your hidden insecurities, and your past behavioral patterns, using every single scrap of data to build a predictive simulation of your next move. They don't see a person to connect with. They see a complex mathematical variable to be managed. At the end of the day, you cannot defeat a mind like this with empathy. To them, your empathy isn't a beautiful human trait, it's an open backdoor they can exploit. They don't want to be saved because they don't believe they are lost. Machiavelli's ultimate warning wasn't just a manual on how to spot the wolves hiding in your social circles. It was a massive, unsettling question aimed straight at you. In a world full of predators, how long can you actually afford to remain naive?